slide, please. Slide. My slide. Hello, P.D.
Pak Edi or Pak Rifki can help Pak Wajdi to show the slides, please.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I'd like to thank Miss Moderator, Prof. Issy, Mr. Edi, and everyone for giving me the chance to give my presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, in this session, I'm going to talk briefly about education values character of Bajo ethnic. First, background. At first, the Bajo ethnic life wandered in the ocean using only sope, then built a house at sea. Along with the development of ethnic Bajo life and built homes on the coast. And later, the Bajo ethnic group mingled with the people on the mainland. Next, in my research purpose and method, firstly, knowing the values of education of the Bajo ethnic character. Second, now the process of forming the Bajo ethnic character education values. And third, what are the values of Bajo ethnic character education that can be developed in elementary school? And method in my presentation is type of qualitative research with ethnographic strategies. Next, finding. Firstly, there are 15 values of character education in the C Bajo. And then 17 coast Bajo and 18 mainland Bajo. Second, teach traditional ritual and ways to go to sea, life brave and never give up, and diligently working for the needs of family life. Third, listed in the Ministry of National Education 2010, Perpres 2017 and Permendikbud 2018 have been owned by the Bajo ethnic community, which has been taught for generations. Thus, their children are more adaptable when in elementary. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings me to the end of my presentation. In conclusion, the Bajo ethnic group tends to look for new source of life and provide formal education for children, as well as life to blend in with the general public. So it's my presentation, and thank you for attention. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Very well done, Pak Majdi. Very well done. I'm glad that you have used the expressions that we have learned together last week. So congratulations. Now, because we have plenty of time, I would like to invite participants to ask questions to Pak Wajdi. So it's also the practice for asking question and giving response to the question. Please raise your hand or Okay. Anyone would like to ask question to Pak Wajdi? Or give comments, please?
Is there any questions? Okay, maybe let me ask some question to Pak
Okay,
Wajdi.
Ibu Nur Zaida.
Oh, Bu Nur Zaida. Okay.
Ibu Nur Zaida is raising
Yeah, Bu Nur.
hand. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Bu Nur, please ask some questions.
I think we need Pak Edi to unmute Ibu Nur Zaida.
Okay. Bu Issy, can you hear my voice?
Yeah,
already?
yeah, I can hear you,
Yes.
Ibu.
Okay. Thank you, Bu Issy, Bu Fitri, and Pak Wajdi. I'd like to ask you a question. It was a very interesting presentation talking about culture. I think it's very interesting because Indonesia consists of a lot of culture. So my questions, Pak Wajdi, can you tell me the instruments you use to find the value characters that you just mentioned in your presentation? So again, the question is that the kind of instruments you use in this research. Thank you. That's all, Bu Issy, Bu Fitri, and Pak Wajdi.
Okay. Pak Wajdi, would you like to reply to Ibu Nur Zaida's question?
Okay. Thank you for the question. Maybe answer is instrument in my presentation is student for elementary school and people Bajo ethnic to live in ocean and then coastal and mainland. Maybe that's my answer, Miss. Thank you.
So maybe you use the observation sheet, Pak Majdi, to get your to collect your data, or maybe you also interview the community there.
Yeah. Student in elementary school in Southeast Sulawesi. In Southeast Sulawesi, there are students from Bajo ethnic. From Bajo ethnic. From Bajo ethnic and parents from the children in life, the sea, the coastal, and
they live by the
land.
sea, right? Along
Yeah,
the
the sea.
coastal area. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and mainland.
Okay. So most of the people from the Bajo ethnic live by the side on the coastal line, right, Pak Majdi? Although some of them also live on the mainland. So I was wondering. You mentioned about traditional ritual. What kind of ritual was that, Pak Majdi? What kind of ritual is it?
Ritual Bajo ethnic, some celup bayi.
What's that, Pak?
I'm not
ritualnya.
sure from the language. Is it like bathing the baby in the sea or something?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Celup
If
bayi.
yeah.
Okay, he
if if
understand.
if baby
Yeah,
if baby born
yeah.
there are
They are bathed in the sea.
yeah,
Okay.
yes ma'am.
Oh, okay. So there is a traditional ritual to bathe
Yeah,
the baby in the sea, right,
you
Pak
see,
Majdi? Oh,
yeah,
I see. That's
yes,
interesting because they live along the coastal line. So the
yeah,
traditional ritual also has to do with the sea, yeah,
yes,
including
Prof.
bathing the baby. Is that the newly born baby, like a newly born, yang baru lahir gitu, Pak?
Yeah, newly
Oh, I
born
see. Newly born.
in
Okay.
3 day or 7 day.
Okay. Okay. At the age of 3 or 7 days. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I see. Thank you. Any other question? I think it's interesting to learn the Bajo culture. Thank you very much, Pak Wajdi.
You're welcome. Sorry about my language.
No, no, no. You volunteer the first time, so you. I really appreciate your bravery and your confidence, Pak Majdi. I think you need to keep or maintain your confidence
Okay, thank you, Prof.
in speaking.
Maybe next, I want to learn to you, Prof.
Oh yeah, yeah. Why not? We will have English club every Sunday.
Okay.
Thank you,
Okay.
Pak Majdi.
Yeah.
Okay,
Welcome.
Pak Majdi, are you still welcoming other questions? Is it okay if we invite other question?
No, no, no.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so
Welcome.
then we now move to a second presenter. Pak Edi or Pak Rifki, would you please check the second presentation ready?
Yeah, from Ibu Emma.
From Ibu Emma.
Ibu
Okay, we
Emma
are
is
going.
here.
Okay, is Ibu Emma here? Pak Edi, would you unmute Ibu Emma?
So Bu Emma before.
Okay, Bu Emma is here.
Yes. Bu Emma here.
Okay, Ibu Emma, we would like to invite you to give the presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. And can I start, Pak Edi?
Yes, please do.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, the
Prof.
screen.
Issy. Good afternoon, everyone. Now my turn to deliver my presentation. I'm talking about how to learn English through reading, perhaps textbook or literary work. In this case, I would like to talking about language theory versus literary works. Teaching English, it is not simply as we thought that how could we teach language better through literary works? Inside the literary works, perhaps I'm using the one of the Jane Austen novel, the old woman writer in 1817. It's contained of much or a lot of the vocabulary or the design of the Professor Harimurti Kridalaksana books, Pengantar Linguistik. So I simplified that Professor Harimurti Kridalaksana theory. Inside of this particle, there are a lot of in the literary works. So perhaps we can start from our student to introduce them how to create their vocabulary, or they should know the vowel and consonant to produce their speaking clearly, and then the range of the vocabulary inside the small part, that there are the element and the class of the word that student perhaps to should to know, perhaps, if I'm not like mistake, they should to know about which one verb, which one noun, which one adjective, which one adverb, or what about the opposite, the basic of the word, the component compound word, or etc., etc. And then we move to the sentence, how sentence build toward a small particle. So all of that things we can found inside the literary works. Perhaps I quote from one of the briefly sentence from the novel that Jane Austen declared in page 12. She said that Emma turned away her head, divided between tears and smiles. So what tears and smile we should to introduce to the student? Are there any connecting between tears and smile? Because why literary works, as we saw at the slideshow, it's life choices, it's a prize perhaps, it's a test, or it's prestige, or needs to be crying sadness from her feeling, or superior battle, or perhaps public discourse, because inside the literary works, some of the writer put their true story, so it becomes public discourse or individual awareness, like one of the Oprah Winfrey introduced in Dancing in the Water, Ta-Nehisi. So it's complete among inside the Harimurti Krida Laksana theory, basic theory that I simplified before. We can found that, and to let introduce to our student to know more about which one tanda baca, sign of language, or the keyword that perhaps they should to know the function of the keywords, which one ialah or adalah, which one or conjunction, which one and should to put, or which one others conjunction to put together to fix their simply sentence. So all of the part that slideshow before, I quote from the Bordi point of view, and it is make simply from Professor Jufri from UNM Makassar, put in his one of his research, that it's all of connecting with our habitus. So Bourdieu introduced the habitus theory, that habitus is internal inside the actor. It tends to push the actor to act and react with certain ways. So that very complex through the basic Harimurti Krida Laksana introduced to us. So thank you. I thank you so much for my simply presentation, Prof. Issy. Perhaps we can create our discuss from the question that they'll be asking after this. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
thank you very much, Ibu. That was a very interesting presentation. And I think Pak Edi, especially because he's from literature. So Pak Edi maybe can ask question or response to this presentation, Pak Edi, or other participants also. Please welcome to ask question or give response.
Assalamualaikum Bu Issy, saya sudah masuk Pak Arif.
Okay, Pak Arif, thank you Pak Arif.
Ya.
Welcome to our session. Pak Arif has been busy visiting a sick relative, so I hope he will get well very soon, Pak Arif.
Ya, thank you Bu.
Okay, I think there is a question. Somebody may.
Pak Wajdi send raise hand on chat. Maybe he want to talk. Pak Wajdi.
Or perhaps Pak Edi. Pak Edi is expert in sastra. So. Oh, Ibu Eka Melati. Ibu Eka Melati, do you have any question?
Yes, Bu Issy.
Yes, please do, Pak.
Actually, I have no question, but just a comment, Bu Issy.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, even a language through literary work, I think is very effective because the first likes how to improve our vocabulary, because from literary work there are many vocabulary we can get over there. For example, from novel, there are many conversation occurring in the novel, or there are many events. Yeah, there are many events occur in novel. We can get many many lessons from literary works. I think it's very effective. This is my comment, you see.
Yeah, I agree, Pak Edi. I think literary works are especially effective in improving students' vocabulary. If people read a lot, I think they will build vocabulary better. Because if I compare the students of the English education program and the students of the literary program, I think I can see that the strength of the student of the literary program is the rich vocabulary that they have. I think by reading a lot of novel, a lot of short stories, a lot of dialogues in the novel or in the short stories with different settings of different cultures, they also gain a lot of knowledge of other cultures and also a lot of new vocabulary. I agree with you, Bapak. So I think I would also give the chance to Ibu to give a response to Pak Edi, Ibu.
Oh, thank you, Pak Ibu Moderator of Issy. Pak Edi, I do stretching briefly that literary works should be one of the subject material teaching inside the curriculum, because besides reading, so student could be let know more inside the one of the literary works, because it is much full of the basic of language theory toward Harimurti Kridaksana introduced to us. So I deeply thank you for your comment, Pak Edi. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Bu.
Thank you, Ibu. Now I think Ibu Nur Zaida is raising her hand, so we'll give the chance to Ibu Nur Zaida to give comments or to ask question. Ibu Nur Zaida, please do.
Can you hear my voice, ma'am?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Thank you, Ibu Issy. I should address completely. Thank you, Bu. Thank you, Madam Chairperson. So I'd like to raise an interesting phenomena in this digital era, in which especially the youth do not like reading printed books. I don't know. For me, I prefer printed materials or printed books to the digital ones. But I think all of the youngsters now prefer the digital materials, even they do not like to read long, long writing. So this is kind of challenge. So my questions to Bu Emma is that how to cope with this phenomena. I mean, a lot of young people now prefer to use the digital, what is it, digital materials.
Digital text, yeah, digital materials.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you. That's my questions. Thank you, Bu.
Ibu Emma, please respond to the question or comment.
This chance to allow me to answer the Ibu Nur Zaida questions. So I say, in my opinion, I would rather say that young learners. So the young learners are very interesting in their digital an object. So all of the literary works perhaps can transfer, or some of them could be transferred by the director to movie. So we bring the young learner to watch the movie, which is that movie story related or converted from the textbook, the real novel. So it's equal, same. They easy to learn through or by watching the movie, which is that movie converted from the novel or one of the literary works object, perhaps drama or poetic or a poem or a novel. So it is easy, more easier, I think, the intervent from the digital era toward to help us to know more about how to reading or how to listening or how to speaking fluently or clearly the way they pronounce or they produce their vowel or consonant.
Thank
Begitu
you,
barangkali.
Ibu.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Ibu Emma. So I think you emphasize the values that students still can get from the movie. So that is the same valuable as what they read from the novels. With addition that they can also learn pronunciations from the movie, yeah, which they cannot learn from the printed novels. So I think there are some good things about the movies, and there are also some good things about the printed novels or other literary works. Is that what you mean, Ibu Emma?
We cannot compare head to head between the textbook. We cannot,
Right.
because each of them has the each value. The
Yeah, okay.
reading, we have the another value. The watching,
Right.
we have another
Yeah.
value.
So I agree with you. Instead of stopping children from getting access from the digital works, I think we'd better welcome any modes of any kind of work, printed or movie or digital. So then uh, it's adaptable with the needs of the youngsters now, because maybe like Ibu Nurzaida said, the youngsters now, they don't really like the printed works. They would rather access everything from their mobile phone or from their laptop. So digital works would be most welcome in today's era, I think. So converted form, like from novel into movies, would be welcome also, right, Ibu Emma?
Yeah, allow me to give the addition, Prof. Issy, that
Okay.
young learners, that is, our teacher who live everywhere in somewhere, they young learner familiar with the cartoon, perhaps Tom and
Right.
Jerry,
Yeah,
and
right.
vowel and consonant and building or create the vocabulary
Mm-hmm.
briefly.
Yeah,
So
and also everyday expressions from
yeah, so
cartoons also.
yes, open our mind to digital era.
All right. Thank you, Ibu Emma. Okay, thank you very much. It was well done, very well done. Let's give applause to Ibu Emma. Well, Pak Edi, I think there is another one presenter for today, Pak Rifki or Pak Edi, to
Ibu
screen
Yulce.
share. Ibu,
Yulce.
Ibu Yulce. Uh, okay, can we have Ibu Yulce to give the
Okay, can you hear my
presentation?
voice?
Oh, yeah. Can you speak a bit louder, Ibu? I think it's a bit too soft.
Okay. But
Okay.
I'm sorry, there is something wrong with my camera.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
okay.
okay.
It's okay?
Yeah, as long as we can hear your voice. Yeah, now it's clearer.
Okay. Okay, good afternoon for all of you. Thank you for the opportunity. Now, I would like to present my material. Well, in this session, I'm going to talk about the problem and solution with the topic euphemism. Where the objective of my presentation is finding a solution for a problem that I usually find.
Gimana tadi? Halo?
I usually find
Halo tadi?
in the society communication. So in my presentation, I will cover some main points. First, I would like to explain the problem, and then I will look at the possible solution of the problem. Then we'll finish with a conclusion. Now I would like to move on to the problem. Okay, so what is the problem actually? Let's see. Where we have know that language is a communication tool used in interacting with others, but usually we find problems in communication, such as the use of language that is considered taboo or impolite, so that it offends others and makes the relationship become less harmonious. And I think that when a communication is not go well or harmonious, then in the end, yeah, the community or the group of people will find the difficulty in interacting with others. For example, um, the students at school usually use taboo words in their language and make other feel offense. So I think there is no harmonious relation between the students. So as a solution or a proposal in solving the problem, one of them is by applying the term euphemism in language, where according to Wijana, related to the two of the expert theory about the euphemism. The first one is by Wijana. Euphemism is the using of words or other forms to avoid any form of prohibition or taboo form in the language. In line with this opinion, Krida Laksana also states that euphemism is the use of words or other forms to avoid the form of banned or taboo words that usually find in the communication. Uh, so that cover all, I want to say that euphemism can be one of the alternative to avoid taboo words in society communication. Okay, I think okay, that is my brief presentation. I think it's enough. Good morning, good afternoon, and thank you.
Thank you very much, Ibu Yulce. That was a very good presentation on
Thank you, ma'am.
euphemism. Thank you. Well, I think it's interesting to know that euphemism can be used as one of the alternatives to show or to express politeness. So instead of saying things bluntly, we can use euphemism uh, to soften. It is a language to soften the real words or the real meaning, right? Euphemism. For example, in Bahasa Indonesia, we found a lot of euphemism in our everyday life. When the government increases the price of everything, it is not a kenaikan harga, but it is penyesuaian harga. So this maybe that is one kind of euphemism to make it moderate, yeah. Instead of naik harga, it's penyesuaian harga. All right.
Yes,
Is that what it means, Ibu Yulce?
Pardon, ma'am?
Yeah, is that what you mean by euphemism?
Yes, ma'am, yes.
Okay, thank you. Now let's invite comments or response from other participants. I really hope that other participants today will also be active by giving response or comments. Ibu Mala, perhaps. Please, or maybe others from linguistics or from literature.
Ada.
Ibu Nurzaida, would you give comment or
Okay.
ask?
Okay. Can you hear my voice already, Bu Izzy?
Yeah, I can hear you very
okay, okay.
clearly.
I thought I have been muted. Okay. Thank you, Bu Yulce. It was very interesting. Yeah. Actually, students make mistakes. I mean, in using what you mentioned as taboo words, and sometimes maybe it's not taboo but awkward. Like usually they say like greetings in the good morning, for example, and after the class end they say again good morning. Uh, um, uh, as far as I know, when we parted, we just say goodbye, not good morning. When we part, that's the first one, and the others probably Bu Yulce can give like examples, like what you mean by taboo words here. Maybe we can share, maybe we can share what your students usually use, and maybe teachers, English teachers in other parts also the same problem, so we can learn from your experience, Bu Yulce. That's my...
Okay, thank you. Actually, I found some problems in the local language. Yeah, in the local language, and I think every local, like every place
Every
has
dialect?
yes, dialect has their own what taboo words in their local
Taboo
language.
words,
Yeah,
right?
in their local language, and then
What language is your local language, Ibu Yulce?
I'm
What
from
dialect?
South Sulawesi.
All right. What is the dialect called?
I'm from Toraja, ma'am.
All right. So the dialect is also Torajan
Yes.
dialect, right? Okay.
And I have research in my local language about the related to euphemism.
Can you mention who you? I think this is very interesting. So probably someday I visit your place, and then I know that that's the blue word. So I'm not going to use that when I'm there.
Yeah.
What are among the taboo words in your culture, Ibu Yulce?
Okay. I will share to all of you about the taboo words in my local language. For example, like mate, it's the die.
Okay.
Okay, we can say we can euphemize the language with malemo, or it means a pass away.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, it's like in Bahasa Indonesia we have mati or mampus, and then you make it into meninggal dunia, something like that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Or like ke WC, ke belakang, something like that.
Yes, in Indonesia we can say penghalusan bahasa.
Okay. That's interesting, Bu Yulce.
Thank you.
So what happened? What happened if the students? I mean, if you the student mentioned the words, is it considered to be rude, or what? If accidentally the students mention the words because they do not know, maybe.
Yeah, it's like the rude or taboo words that maybe it's like the slang that usually students use in their communication to each others.
Okay, students still use those words among themselves, right? Among the peers, among students. But I think don't you think that it depends on the person they are referring to? For example, if on the things they are referring to, on if it refers to a human being, when they say mate, it should be the other word, right? The stuff word. But if it refers to an animal, I think it's okay to use the word mate, right? Okay, so it's similar to Bahasa Indonesia. Okay.
Maybe the problem is like this, Bu Issy. In some schools, the students use the taboo words or rude
the rough
words.
words, yeah,
Yes.
Inappropriately, right? Perhaps.
Yes, that's true, and they even do not know the meaning. When let's say when we teachers ask them, that's bad words. Do you know the meaning? They don't know the meaning. They just hear the words frequently from their environment, and they just imitate them. That's all.
All right. Ibu Yulce, my question is there any bahasa daerah as a subject in the primary or secondary school curriculum?
Yes, ma'am. In my local,
Okay. Local content, right?
yes, yes,
Local content group. Oh, that's nice. I think all of us have to be committed to also help Indonesia to maintain the so many local languages that
yes,
we have.
ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes,
I think by keeping the local language in the school curriculum, the language will still be maintained, which is
yes,
very
ma'am.
good because languages are assets, yeah, very valuable assets. We cannot afford to lose our culture, part of our culture. Local language, I think, local languages are part of
Yeah.
our culture, our diverse Indonesian culture. Thank you very much, Ibu Yulce. So I think I would invite comments or questions from other participants.
Yes, Ibu Isi.
Perhaps, yes, please, Ibu Emma.
Yeah. I send my question directly to Ibu Yulce. Ibu
Yes,
Yulce, hi.
ma'am.
Terima kasih. Uh, Ibu Yulce, what are you doing toward the euphemisms act and react while you enter to the class and then your students still crowded and they obey you? What are you doing? What did you say firstly? You just staring your eyes? Is that euphemism? Or or you say something that teruskan.
That's interesting. We want to know, Ibu Yulce, how would you react if you're
Okay.
a teacher? How would you react if your students use rough words instead of use euphemism? How would you react?
And then we said euphemism.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Actually, ma'am, I'm not a teacher, so
All right.
yeah, but I perhaps that if I'm in the situation,
Mhm.
yeah, maybe I will ask the students the reason why the situation why the student do the uh, situation like that. So yeah, after I know the reason of the students, maybe I will make something that um, may that can maintenance the situation in the class.
All right. Thank you very much, Ibu. Now let's see other participants. I will need to, okay. Ibu Yulce, Pak Arif. Bu Banun, are you there? Would you like to say something?
Pak Bandun, ma'am.
Bu Banun, no. Bu Banun is a lady. It's my friend. Ibu Banun,
Sorry.
Ibu Dewi
Yes.
Kurniawati. Yes, Ibu Banun, would you
Yes.
please say something, give comments or ask questions?
Uh, good afternoon, my sakit. Mrs. Issy, enjoy when yours but I not speak English.
Okay,
But
go on.
I enjoy.
All right, Ibu Banun. Thank you very much for saying something in English.
Yes.
I know Ibu Banun is from non-English department from the guidance and counseling, but she's very much interested in listening to English and learning
Next
English. So
time,
yes, Ibu Banun, next
I
time
will
you must
appreciate.
speak more.
Yes.
Is that all, Ibu Banun, or do you want to say something else?
Yes. Yes, Mom. Uh,
Come on, Bu Banun.
Yes, benar. Zaida, I'm preliminary. I'm
Shy
enjoy your
cat, Bu.
presentation.
Pak Rifki said Bu Banun shy cat. Okay, let's have Ibu Mala to help Ibu Banun to speak more. Ibu Mala, would you like to say something to Ibu Banun?
Bu Banun, semangat.
Thank you, Pumala. I don't speak English.
As me, I'm not from English department.
Yes,
Right, Ibu
yes,
Malia, Ibu Mala is from STKIP, right?
Wow.
From Stai, Miss.
Oh, Stein,
yes,
yes,
thanks,
Stein. Oh,
thanks,
yeah,
my
yeah.
friends, all.
Okay, Ibu Mala, do you have any comments on Ibu Yulce's presentation or other presentation that we have today?
Actually, I have prepared for presenting today, but
Okay.
I just collect it to Mr. Eddie, and then if there is no time for me, it's okay, never mind.
No. Can you okay? Can you just give presentation without screen share?
I have downloaded the presentation.
Oh, okay. The presentation is there. Okay, we are waiting for the screen share, and you are welcome to give the presentation, Ibu Mala. Let's wait for the screen share.
Yeah, okay.
I'm sharing, Bu. Issy.
Yes,
I will
Pak
comment.
Edi.
I will comment to.
Oh, you will give comments. Okay.
Comment
okay.
to Zulce, yeah.
Bu Yulce, okay.
Yeah, I think it's very interesting. In learning English or learning language, we must understand about the pragmatic metaphor, and like the first presentation, literary works. I think pragmatic metaphor and the others, it is very important thing. If we don't know about the pragmatic, we don't understand about the
implicature.
Yes, implicature.
Someone implicit meaning.
Yes, implicit meaning. That is my point, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Pak Edi, for your comments, which also give more enlightenment to our discussion today. Thank you very much. And now we are going on with Ibu Mala to give her presentation on teaching strategies on Arabic dialect for non-native speakers like me. Okay, thank you. Please do the presentation, Ibu.
Okay. Afternoon, all audience. I'm so sorry. I just sent this PPT to Mr. Eddie because I just prepare, and then I try, and then always I ask correct for you from you, Miss Issy, or another. Maybe there is mistakes from my pronunciation.
No problem.
And then today I will presenting about teaching strategies on Arabic dialect for non-native speaker, case studies in Sunan Ampel State University. And then next, before that, I introduce myself. My name is next PPT. My name is Majidatun Akmala. I teach in STAI Taruna Surabaya and Sunan Ampel State Islamic University. And then I'd like to thank to Miss Issy as a moderator for giving me the chance to give my presentation. And then today I will presenting my presentation, and before that let's reciting Al Basmalah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. First, I'd like to talk about Arabic learning in Sunan Ampel State Islamic University. In learning Arabic, Sunan Ampel State Islamic University use modern standard Arabic book, or we say in Arabic, Al-Arabiyah Al-Mu'asirah. And this book has been designed in the online book and offline book. A student benefit from book, of course, easier, and then remember more other plots, understanding more of the narrative books, and easier to confirm information without scrolling or losing pages. And then the student benefit of online book, easy to carry around, and then easily updates, shareable content, and then interactive features. I say interactive features. Why? Because with online book, the student this is can reading experience more engaging. And then next, the problem is the material in this book is so much, and then so much material in this book, and the time to finish this material only in a year. And then we have many problem in the materials, how to give to the student with the much materials, especially in the Arabic Arabic dialect. In the Arabic dialect, this is the fourth Arabic dialect. This is the fourth Arabic dialect in that book. The first dialect is Iraq, Gulf states, and Arabian Peninsula. And the second is Syria, Lebanon, Palestine. And then the third is Egypt. And the fourth is Egypt. And this dialect, there are and this dialect there is in the book with conversation by the form of conversation, but all the teaching is using the Fusha, Arabic Fusha. Yeah, Arabic Fusha. And then we didn't have any time explain dialect, Arabic dialect in this class. Before that, strategy, still strategy. Nah, and then this is I use the analyze content strategy. And the step is the first is analyze content, and this is the student is must analyze the conversation text, and the conversation text is using Arabic Fusha, and then they analyze it, understanding the text with the text. And the second is first practice. In the first practice, they speak Arabic Fusha, reading or speaking immediately with her partner. And then the first practice, this is I use cooperative learning. Yeah. And then the third is analyze Arabic dialect. After that, they download, still at strategy.
Ibu Mala, we cannot hear you. I think
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
okay.
Yes, finish. Strategy until I still mute my name. And then
Okay.
next is strategy. The first is analyze content. Analyze content. This is student analyze. No strategies. This
Strategy.
is still strategy. This is the last page. This is the analyze content, and then student analyze Arabic Fusha from the text with their partner, because I use cooperative learning. And the second, first practice is by reading or speaking immediately with their partner. And then the third is analyze Arabic dialect. They download the audio from the online books. They choose the dialect, and then they analyze the audio. And the fourth, they practice Arabic language, the dialect, by reading book. Yes, it is. And then the last practice is they didn't use any book, but they express with full expression. This is the first practice. This is when Santri Day, and then they use uniform from when Santri Day. They still first practice, but I have the audio, and then the last practice they send me an audio, because after that pandemic, and then they practice in their home. They practice in their home by video, even in the different places, but they practice this and send audio from me with the different dialect in Arabic.
All right.
Maybe until here my speak. I'm so sorry if there are more mistake, much mistake for my speak. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much, Ibu Mala. That was a very enlightening presentation. I don't know any words of Arabic except those for Salat and for short verses. Okay, so congratulations on your fluent English, Ibu Mala.
But absolutely, I said thank you so much, because only in here I can practice my English.
Oh, good. Ibu Mala, this is the last formal session that we have for our English. The last formal session. But we have the informal session, the informal one, the English club, that we have every Sunday, 1 o'clock. But next Sunday, we will be off, because all of us have a lot of works with correction of examination. So then in 2 weeks time, we will start again the English club. You may join us. We will inform you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Yes,
those
with
who want
pleasure.
to join the English club, we will inform you on the DMI WhatsApp group.
Okay,
That
thank you
would
so
be
much.
every Sunday. Yeah,
Inshallah,
but
I'll join it.
yeah, that will be hosted usually by Ibu Nur, Ibu Nur in Germany. She usually hosts us using Google Meet. Yeah, but we're not sure for next time whether we will use Zoom or Google Meet, but we will continue the English club, the informal English club, where we can have informal talk like this, yeah, among us.
Yeah, thank you.
So to give people exposure to English, yeah, because
Yeah,
the
thank
problem with
you.
Indonesian learners of English is the lack of exposure to English and the lack of
Yes.
chance to use English,
Yes,
right? So
that's
we
true.
will provide that every Sunday. Welcome to our club, Ibu. Yeah,
Oh,
starting
thank you so much.
in 2 weeks time. Yeah, okay. We'll see you in 2 weeks time. Okay,
Okay.
so perhaps somebody, I think a lot of people will be interested to give questions or comment to Ibu Mala's presentation.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Bu Nur Zaida.
Bu Nur Zaida.
Ya, halo Bu Mala.
Hello, nice to
Yeah.
meet you.
Nice to
I
meet
hope
you, Bu
to meet
Mala.
you face by face.
Yeah. Have we? Haven't, right?
Evan, I think.
Okay. So Bu Mala, very
Yeah.
interesting because I'm so jealous with your students because they can learn Arabic in such a way. I used to learn Arabic when I was in MTS, and I know, yeah, I know some. I still remember some words. My teachers were very good ones, but like Bu Isi mentioned, because we are lack of practice. So right now I just can remember words like babun, kitabun, kursiun, like that.
I see. Yeah.
Okay. So I hope I can learn Arabic again next
Oh,
time.
with pleasure because
Okay.
this is our religion language.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Indeed.
I
Yeah.
agree. I think
Okay.
I think if I was reborn, I would love to study Arabic in Gumala.
Okay, okay. Yeah,
If
it's
I were
very
reborn, if I were reborn, I would love to study Arabic.
Maybe Bu Mala can guide for what's that? Arabic
Yes, Gumala.
training.
We have English club. We should
Yeah.
also have Arabic club with you, Gumala.
Yeah. Now
How
I'm
about
not
that?
Arabic club.
confident with my Arabic.
yeah. That sounds great, Bumala.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
we need Arabic club.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Other
maybe
than
Indeed.
English
we
club.
can
Yeah,
have another
we
class,
have.
Bu Isi, Arabic class,
Yes,
Yes,
Let's
Arabic
join
we
class.
have
I
that.
English
agree.
club on Sunday,
Yep,
and then maybe we have Arabic club on Friday, something like that.
Friday. That's good.
Or maybe
Mhm,
learn
mhm.
Agree,
English,
I
Prof.
learn
agree.
Arabic in English.
Oh,
Oh,
learning Arabic
when
in
Arabic
English.
in English.
Wow, that would be double.
Oh. Because
That's
today
confusing.
I speak Arabic in English because
Okay.
I
English,
speak
Arabic, Arabic, English.
So,
Okay.
I have two questions for Pumala.
Yeah.
Okay, Pumala,
Mm.
you mentioned about the dialects, the different dialects that
Yeah.
you suggest your students to uh, acquire, to master. And are the dialects far different from each other? Okay,
Very different.
that's my first question. The second one is
Yeah.
that what is the dialect that you strongly suggest your
Mm.
students to first master? Like, I don't know, when I learned Arabic when I was in MTS, I don't know what
Mm.
kind of dialect I learned at that time. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's my questions. The first is that
Yeah.
the difference, and the second one is that which of the dialects that you suggest the most? Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay. Okay, thank you. And then Arabic dialect, and then dari Arabic Fusha. What we learn from ME, from Madrasah Ibtidaiyah, MTS, or Madrasah Aliyah, that's we learn Arabic Fusha. Always we learn Arabic Fusha because Arabic Fusha is as Indonesian language, and then I say this is lingua franca, and then
Oh, okay.
Arabic Fusha is used in all of Arabic, all of uh,
Countries,
Arabic place.
speaking countries.
Yeah, and then like Indonesia, this is used in Java, in Sumatra, and then
Mm,
Arabic to Arabic Fusha is too. But every
mm,
place, this is there is the dialect. Like we are, this
mm,
is there is Javanese, and then Sundais, and then the Betawi. Nah, this is the different. And then we are as non-native speaker, we must to learn Arabic Fusha first.
Oh, okay.
Therefore, in our school, we learn Arabic Fusha. We never learn for Arabic dialect because this is used
mm,
only in one places. Maybe in Maghreb, only in Maghreb only.
mm,
This is the different. But Arabic Fusha is used in all place, even
mm.
in Iraq, even in Syria, Lebanon, Palestine. And when we speak Arabic Fusha, they understand.
Mm.
Even they didn't use it well. As we are in Java, we seldom to speak Indonesian language. we in our family we speak. I speak Java with my family. This is and I seldom to speak Indonesian with my family. This is the dialect. Yeah, the dialect. And then English Arabic dialect. And then the second is what the second second question.
Yeah, I think you have already answered because my second question is that which dialect that you strongly suggest to your
Alright.
students to
Oh
master?
yeah. Usually from the always Arabic Fusha, but with this new book, we there is in the online book, there is audio, but only an audio, and then more of them Fusha, only an audio. There are four dialects, and then much of teachers didn't teach it because the time I say the materials of the book is too much, and then most of them give the Arabic Fusha, but because there is the facilities in this online book, and then I use it to teach them. I use it to teach them, but they analyze by themselves because this is online book, and then they can use it anywhere, any place, anytime.
All right. Thank you very much, Ibu Mala. That was very interesting. Thank you very much. I'm really glad that today we have 4 people giving presentations, which are beyond my expectation, and they are all good. Thank you very much. Now I will invite Pak Arif. Pak Arif, are you still here with us? Pak Arif? Let's check participant. Oh, Pak Arif is no longer here. Yeah, I think he's busy. Okay, Pak Edi, I would like you to give comment, or maybe Bu Fitri. Bu Fitri, would you like to give comment on today's discussion?
Okay, thank you, Bu Issy. Actually, I'm really happy with the enthusiasm from the participants. Yeah, thanks for Bu Mala, Bu Yulce, Pak Majdi, and Bu Emma that have shared.
And also Ibu Nur Zaida, especially.
Yeah. There are so many lessons today that I've got, and it's very interesting topic for today, Bu Issy. That's my comment.
And I think we also have a good expectation from Ibu Mala, Bu Fitri, that next time we will have the Arabic club. You must.
I think I haven't ready.
Just teach me simple conversation like how are you in English, in Arabic, something like that, Bu Mala.
Bu Nur Zaida, I'm inviting you to help me in the English club. So because we have the English club every Sunday, so perhaps on some Sundays I might not be available or something. So can we like take turns maybe in the English club? You also take the leads of the conversation club that we have, Ibu Nur Zaida. Oh, very good. Thank you very much. Okay, so I have Ibu Nur Zaida. I also have Ibu Fitri, who can, among us can take turns to lead the conversation club, because with the conversation club, the nature is more informal because it's only among us. But this series of training one is a bit more formal because that is used for my pengabdian masyarakat. So next time we will have a freer atmosphere, more casual, more informal than today's this past week's sessions that we have. Pak Edi, would you give comments?
How about the time?
Okay.
Bu Issy?
Well,
maybe in 1 o'clock there are so many participants that feels sleepy.
Okay, yeah. We can suggest good time, yeah. Actually, last time, why we make it like 1 o'clock, because I think because it's of your suggestion, Bu Fitri. Because
Ramadan.
yeah, because during the Ramadan,
Yep.
after Asar is actually used for cooking, yeah, to
Yep.
prepare for the iftar. But maybe we can consider to have our English club like after Asar. Do you think? Or maybe in the morning? But
Maybe
the problem with
in the
the
morning,
morning session is Ibu
will find the difficulties
Bunur,
to
yeah.
join in the
Bunur
morning.
is in Germany. If we do it in
Yep.
the morning, then it would be difficult for Ibu Nur because it's still
Early
sleeping
morning.
time. Yeah. Yeah, we'll discuss the time, but definitely next week we will have one day off for the Sunday, for the next Sunday. We will have one time off, and then after that we will consider the club to start again. Uh, Maybe with the new time, or maybe at the same time. We don't know. We'll discuss that in the group later.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Maybe it's time for us to say good day, Bu Issy.
Yeah.
Time is up.
If there are no more questions.
More than half past 12. Yeah. Okay, for the participants, thank you for all of the response, the DVDs, the participation, and for Bu Issy for the lesson today, and for the co-host Pak Rifki. This is special co-host, and Pak Rifki and Pak Arif, Pak Adam. Yeah, although we found some difficulties for e-learning, yeah, because of the technological difficulties like the internet, like the media, yeah, but we keep on spirit to learn English. And I think for me, especially for myself, there are so many lessons for me that I have joined this class, the English club. Yeah, thank you for joining for this English club, and see you next week with 2 weeks later, yeah, with another topics, or with a free discussion with Bu Issy and Pak Arif as the tutor. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you. Bye all.
See you.